Hi, welcome back to Leslie Crafts. Today is another craft along. I'll be doing some hidden paper clips, and this is my little pile that I've done, and this is purely from scraps from my mermaid kit. So this is the type of thing that we'll be doing today. I'm hoping that's in focus. So the paper clips on the back. So it's got some glitter on there, so that will just get, I think I must probably do them all, and then I must probably glitter them all up later on when I've got this mat cleared. So I've got my words, I've got my ephemera, I've got these resin fishtails which I put in the kit as well, and I want them used up. Yeah. And I've got two punches. I've got a leaf punch and a flower punch, just to do a little bit of difference on them. So all I've literally done is got my strips of paper, and when I do my kits, when I'm doing like the ephemera and stuff for them, I get lots of bits and pieces. So what I've literally done is I've gone through all of them, and anything that is like that big, I've literally just folded in half, and then I've put a paper clip on it. And I've done 20, because I'm also doing these for craft fairs, for Happy Mail, for swaps. I'm trying to get everything, not everything used up, but I'm trying to make what I've got, so I don't have to technically go out and buy anything else. I do have a big order coming from Thompson Crafts, and I'm meeting up with Louise, and I am getting that at the end of the month. So that'll be really nice to meet up with her and everything else, because we are friends. So it'd be really nice to meet up with her. She has got, I think she's still got a sale going on her site, which is Thompson Crafts. If you put that in the good old web search, it should come up. So I am literally going to be doing, I'm going to try and do 5 at a time. My hot glue gets really old. I should really invest in some like silicone gloves or something. Yeah. So yeah, one of the things I want to try and do this year is do more Happy Mail, get ready for some craft fairs, maybe. I don't know whether or not to start my Etsy shop again or just sell on Facebook. I am not too sure. I might do Monday, Monday. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's the UK equivalent. It's UN, and then Monday. I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff, so don't really try, which is really bad. So I'm going to put that back on there, and I'm just going to get rid of that glue on there. My floor is disgusting. I'm off tomorrow, so I think my floor will be getting a bit of a sorting. So I've got various different toppers in here, from doing different things for my kits. So each one's going to be either slightly different or on the same lines. I'm not too worried. I might package a few of these up. Well, I think I will package a few of these up, so I'm not too sure how long the video is going to be, but I want to try and keep it under an hour. I really do need to have like a little timer or something, so I don't go over. Yeah, so I hope you're enjoying these little craft alongs. Each time it's going to be like, I know, the same kit for a couple of days, and then I'll be changing what I want to do and stuff like that. So that is the first one, or second one. So it don't have to be complicated. It can be, you can you know, if you want to go out and do the whistles and bells and everything, please do. I'll pick that one up later. I'm very much a very clean crafter, as everybody keeps on telling me. So I find it, sometimes I find it really hard to do you know, really not messy crafting. Well, yeah, messy crafting really. I'm trying. There's a few things I want to try this year. So, you know, like in my last video, I said I want to do try and get to do some vinyl work. I've also got a resin kit I would like to try. And what else? I'm going to change the colour. I'm going to do this one. What else is there which I've got and hasn't really I've got marbling kits which I want to make more use of. I have just trying to figure out what type of thing I've got really. I've got all sorts of gadgets I have, so that's another one. So just going to put them onto a pile. Like I say, these are, you know, all different types. I'm, you know, going to overlap some of them. I'm just going to, you know, see what happens. There is no right or wrong with these. It is purely how you want to deal with everything. So yeah, so I've been binge watching on Netflix while I've been off. I've really got into Titans. So I'm on series 2, and I'm actually quite liking it. It's different to what I normally watch. I've watched the originals, and I'm also doing Salem, and I've watched Bitten. I don't know whether or not I want to watch Vampire Diaries. I'm not too sure really. But if you think of anything that, you know, you've watched and you've really liked and you would recommend, then please let me know in my comments. And you know, I don't like anything too gory. Yeah, I'm not a gory girl at all. I like true crime, bizarrely, but I don't like anything that's made up. So I'm quite interested on why they've done it. You know, what makes people tip over the edge, really. Things like that. So like I say, these paper clips really don't, once you've got everything out of hand, they really don't take that long to get going. You know, you can build up little scenes, you can do all sorts. It's, you know, I've got loads of these shells to play with, so I think that's what I'll be doing, you know. These can go on top of bags, they can be packaged up together, they can be put as part of a set. I think once I've finished with this specific set, I think I will put together something to show you, as in what I mean, and how I would send it off. And you never know, it might be coming to you. If I've swapped with you in the past, or I know how to get hold of you, you know. So it's mid-January already, and it just, I don't know, January always seems to drag, but for this, I don't know, for this reason this year it just seems to be flying. So like I say, I'm going to do 5 at a time, because I just find that an easy number to work with. Maybe. And obviously if I run out of stuff, I can just get it back from the PC and stuff, but I don't really want to do that. So if I run out of stuff, I run out of stuff, and I either use the kit in a different way, like the papers. You know, some of these papers are quite generic. I've got other things I can put the paper, put with the paper. I've got lots of stamps. I've got you know, die cuts and dies which I can cut out and I can do. So just because if you're working with a specific ephemera kit which you've bought, or you know, just because you run out of, you know, the ephemera and you've still got lots of paper left, doesn't mean that you can't carry on crafting with it. It just means it just gives it a different way, really. Different way of using your stuff. So I really do want to get some of this used up, though. That is, you know, one goal, and if I can, that will be absolutely brilliant. I am not going to say what a shame, because, you know, it hasn't cost, well, it hasn't really cost me anything, within, you know, spending. So everything here either made myself, or I've got from Etsy and I've got my money back. So it's, you know, it's not too bad. So You know, like I say, it's, you know, you can use the same things, but you're not going to give necessarily the same thing to the same person. So, you know, I've got washi tape here, which I can incorporate with it. And it gives it a bit more of a, you know, something else to look at in the background. You know, yeah, some of these aren't perfectly cut out, but I'm not too worried about that. Because by the time you add in different things, and you know, you add in your glitter, and you know, you're not necessarily going to see that. So, you know, you take bits off. Oops, a daisy. She's swimming away. So I am just going to, while I remember, I'm just going to put this in here. I'm going to leave a little gap so I can put in the word. And then I'm just going to show you you know, so oops a daisy, it's not quite what I wanted. There we go. Waves. So the light is coming in, but I'm hoping you can still see me okay. So yeah, the kids are all back at school, all settling in again. My daughter thinks she's a joker. She's 19 this year, and she goes, "Oh, can you buy me a Mulberry bag? It's only £1." It's like, Victoria, no. Oh, I'm only joking. No, pet, you weren't. You're being serious. You know, even I have my limitations. I personally don't see the point in all these designer stuff. I know there's loads of people out there who do, and you know, I get that. You know, I get that, you know, you like your stuff, and you know, I am not disagreeing with that. I am not saying that you shouldn't. You know, each to their own. Like I keep on saying to my kids, everybody has their niche. My niche is obviously crafting, and you know, weird dramas. I've got my ex-husband. He's well, when we were together, he was very much into his building of PCs, because he works in IT. Not so much now. I think he's turned into drinking now. And like my two boys, they're very much into their gaming, and my daughter is very much into I would say the brands I think she would, you know, not necessarily have to have a brand all the time, but she's at that age where, you know, she works when she's not at university, you know, to a certain extent her money is her own. So she, you know, she just spends it on, you know, bags and stuff like that. So that is that one. So if you just bear with me, I'm just going to go and see if I can put on the light. I will be back in 2 seconds. David, can you undo the curtain for me for when I come through? That's a bit better. But where I work, it's like in a little bit of a conservatory, and the boys have put the curtain across to stop the draft going into the living room, but it holds back the door, and if you're not careful the curtain pings off, and it's a bit of a nightmare to get back on again, as my dad found out at Christmas. Bless him. But he sleeps downstairs on the sofa bed because he can't manage the stairs. So he puts all his gear in here. So that's why I don't do crafting when he's down, because it's just too much of a hassle, really. So yeah. So I'm sort of making up for it now. I'm trying to do loads of videos, some, you know, craft alongs and some just literally tutorials or show and tells. I must probably do a show and tell with the stuff I have made with this specific stuff. So that will be one video, because I have made quite a bit. I've used quite a bit of my, you know, my odds and ends of my kits. So without it really, well, it has made a dent in the kit, with all the, especially with all the like bits and pieces of paper. It's made a big difference to that. And to be honest with you, everything that I've made is sellable or giftable. So, you know, I want to do some Happy Mail, which is, you know, further afield, once in a while. I'm going to try and do swaps. I don't know, I just get so frustrated with them, that's my problem. And plus I'm not in a lot of swap groups either, simply because I get frustrated with them, but never mind. So I've decided that this year it's running my group and doing what I, you know, want to do as a crafter. I'm not putting the pressure on myself this year. Like I said in the previous videos, I must probably repeat myself quite a bit, is like my craft kits will come out as and when I have them, or as and when I finish doing them. So it won't be every month, because I think it got too much for me last year. I started to panic, and when you panic you don't produce your best work. So yeah, so I think I do have a Valentine's kit which is semi-ready, so that might come out before or around Valentine's. I am not pressurising myself to get it out before, because to be honest with you, I think it will be a good kit for any time of the year. You know, so yeah, so that is my jam at the moment. So getting all sticky with the glue. So that is that one there. So my heater's just turned off, which is okay. I can deal with cold. I can deal with it. So with this, I am just covering a back of a mermaid, because you can't really see her. She's a bit blurry, so I'm not too sure if she went out or not. She might have done, because I don't have that many of her. Or I didn't do that many. So I'm literally just cutting the bits of washi off and nothing else, hopefully. So you kind of make a tell a difference when my heater goes off. It's a bit chilly. So I'm just going to try and cover up her as best as I can. And then there we go. So I might just show you these once finished, and then what I might do is I might package them up off camera, and then when I do my show and tell, show you what I've done. I think I might just do that just to save time, really. So we don't have that many left to do. My kids will be wanting to spend some time with me before tea and bath and all the day-to-day running of the house has to re-kick in again. So yeah, so yeah, so far I'm loving doing these, like just pure, not specific working for any specific reason, just sitting down and doing my own thing. I am absolutely loving that aspect. Like I say, there's no pressure. There you go, that's another one. So there's no pressure on you or any deadlines or anything like that. If you struggle with deadlines, this might be a way forward. I suppose it's a bit like mask making. Mask making and decorating at the same time, especially as card makers, and if you do swaps and stuff, even if you do junk journals or journaling or any of that, you can incorporate these into here, into them. I'll be showing you how I will be doing that further down in the next couple of months, I would say. Yeah, so everybody's different. Everybody creates differently, and that's why I love especially YouTube, because you can look at somebody and go, oh, I can do that, and you do it and it turns out completely different to how they've done it. And I think that is really good, especially if you're following somebody who's in the US. We don't have the same products as them, so it's really nice just to do that little bit of difference of stuff, because they've got loads of like Valentine's stuff out. Last time I looked, there was hardly any out, or what was out, there wasn't a choice. It was like anything red and white, and heart shaped, really. So it wasn't, the paper pads are the same, and I'm surprised that people like Crafter's Companion and stuff like that haven't realised that people want something different. They don't want the same old rubbish that the UK keep on spitting out. I know a lot of people are, well, a lot of companies from European places, like Stamperia, are coming in, and their products are absolutely fantastic. And I've noticed that they do digital collections, which is great. I love a good old digital collection. I can't speak today, so yeah. So if you don't want to add to your papers, then you can start doing your digital, as long as you've got enough room on your PC, then you can do all sorts with them. And there's no, you just print off what you want, and you can print off as many as you want to, and yeah, it's great. Yeah, like anything else, could go out of date and whatever, but at the same time, a lot of people still craft with old collections, so excuse me. Oh, I've been sneezing really bad since Christmas. I haven't got a cold, I just keep on sneezing. My heater keeps on going out. and tripping everything. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm hopefully I'll wait until it cools down a bit, and then you know. So like I say, these fishtails I got from Ali. You know, people say, you know, AliExpress is really bad and everything else. Yeah, in some aspects it is really bad, but at the same time, you know for a fact, just by looking at certain items, what they are, but people still go ahead and buy them. I have, and you know, I get them back, and you know, I laugh because the size difference is dramatic, but you can still use them. You know, everything has the place. And to be honest with you, if some dye companies want to charge ridiculous amount for one dye, because at the end of the day, once your dye is produced or your casting is produced, then your dyes do not have to cost what they cost. It's all about profit at the end of the day. I know people are going to jump on the bandwagon and say no, it's not, and everything else. It's to do with, you know, paying and everything else. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that wages have to be met and everything else. But at the same time, if they want customers, don't charge the earth for something which people want. I have the same issue with a certain toy company who have little coloured bricks, because my middle son is absolutely, or used to be, not so much now, used to be obsessed with it. Every Christmas, every birthday, he had to have a set. Now, these sets are costing anything up to, you know, 300-400 quid. And you think about it, it's certain coloured bricks, and you know, once they've got that coloured brick, then they don't have to charge so much. I understand why they charge what they charge, because obviously there's licensing in it, there's other things that go in it. So I am not naive, but I just find that if they lowered the price of certain items across the board, crafting, kids stuff, even the computing games, if they lowered the price of them, they'll get more people buying, and it would stop a lot of the knockoffs. But that's just my opinion, and yeah, I'll stop ranting. There's this little rant corner, you know, down to the last two now. So I'm hoping to have all these photographs and stuff onto Pinterest and Instagram. So if you follow me, I've got two pages. I've got Crafting Divas and I've got Leslie Crafts. So, or I'm not too sure if it's under Leslie Crafts or Leslie Bromfield, but one other way you can find me on social media. I don't hide from it, and I post as often as I can. Depends on how often I've been crafting and things like that, really. So, and when I can craft, you know, I'll be crafting tonight in my group live, so I won't be taking any photos because obviously I've only got like a little daylight bulb type of thing, and that doesn't throw out a lot of light. Obviously I have my curtains closed and then my light on and stuff like that, but I am conscious that it's not mega, you know, you can't mega see it, but the girls are fine with it. They say that they don't have an issue, which is quite nice. So yeah. I'm just putting some more glue on there so I can just stick down. So I should really wear an apron when I craft because everything goes on my legs. There we go. Like I say, I must probably do a show and tell. Obviously I won't be showing and telling every single thing I've made, but if I've put them into sets or if I've started putting them into something for just for a collection of craft fairs, then I will do, and then I'll just say how much I would maybe be charging for them, things like that. Because that's another series that people in my group want to know, is what sells in a craft fair, especially over here, because what sells in the US doesn't necessarily sell in the UK. So, and also depends whereabouts, a bit like the US I would say, depends on whereabouts you are to what your traffic's like. So like I say, everywhere's different, every country's different, you know, I wish I could learn German and stuff like that, just so I can understand some of the tutorials, you know, you guys put out. So I think that would be absolutely awesome. So there you go. So that's my 20 things, paper clips done. I'm just going to quickly tidy this away, and then I will quickly show you some of those paper clips. I just put everything into a bag, so it's all kept in together, especially once I finish doing a kit. It just makes my life a little bit easier for doing things. And I'm leaving these out, like washi tape and stuff like that, purely because depending on, I don't know which kit I'm using. I might do use, I don't know actually. I've got one Harry Potter kit out, but I'm not too sure if I want to use that, if I've got enough of that paper. And I can't print any more off because I'm waiting for ink to come. Because I do want to do some more Harry Potter stuff, but that does mean I need to print off some more papers, which is fine. You know, I can just print them off, you know, once in a while. So I've got 3 drying, which I won't obviously pick up, but these are some of them. I don't know how well you can see these now. So like I say, I will have proper photographs up, and I will, you know, most probably will package some of these up. So, you know, and then if I might do some singly, put them into a basket, and then just sell them off individually, so with other designs and stuff. So that is all of them. I'll just bring these out, even though they're still drying. I'm not going to be touching this now until later on. So yeah, so that is the 20 paper clips that we've done this evening. Like I say, it hasn't really taken a lot of time. If you're not talking and filming, it will take even less time. And we didn't use the 2 punches, but I might keep them out for tonight just in case. I'll be doing that. So yeah, so like I say, thank you for watching. If you like what I do, just give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and we will see you again very, very soon. So okay, bye now.